Yeah, manners. You know, the general there. Back with another video. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, you know, help the content, help the channel kind of go where it need to go, you know what I mean? Big up yourself, welcome, manners and respect, peace and love to one and all. This video is being done because someone requested it. Somebody reached out to me and asked me to give my 2 cents on Andrew Tate. So big up to you, my general. You see me? So I'm gonna go to my opinion on Andrew Tate, the famous spokesperson. All right, so I'm gonna start the thing. We're not gonna waste no time. Andrew Tate, what I know about him, an American. I think he was born in America and lived here for in the early parts of his life. His parents were married. His dad was like a chess grandmaster, a really good chess player. And he also worked for the CIA or one of those governmental agencies. However, his mom is British, I think, or Britain. Anyways, he moved to Britain, him and his brother, and I think he has one sister. But they moved to Britain. They were still kids. I don't know the age, but I would guess pre-teens, maybe. You know, where I guess they live for the rest or the majority of their lives since moving from the States. He became a kickboxing fighter and world champion, earned some money from that, used his money, invested it obviously well, you know, had some success, and made a name for himself. You know, I'm sure it made his family very, very proud. His brother, you can tell, admires him, looks up to him as an older brother, as a man. His brother definitely emulates him. You can see the way he talks. And I'm not saying that Christian is trying to be like Andrew. Now, not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm sure Christian has his own personality, and Tristan, I say Christian. Tristan has his own personality. You can see, but you can see when you see him talk, you can and see his maneuver, his demeanor, how much he sounds like Andrew. You know, so you would only assume that he got that from his brother. We all do it. We all talk. We all steal things from each other. You know, that's just the way of life. I try to talk like my father a lot of times. You know, so that's no shade on Tristan. Some casinos in Romania, you know, from which he got some money. He also admitted he also had started one of those. I remember watching an interview with him saying that he had started a them sex line. You remember them late night they call and talk to a girl and she tell you what you want to hear. I never did it, but I was a kid. But I remember seeing the commercials on TV late night. So he ran a company like that, and apparently, looks like he made some money off of it. So he obviously has a lot of wealth. You see me? He was able to buy one of those. I'm not sure the name of the car, but a Bugatti. Because I'm always say Bugatti. He was able to buy a Bugatti, which apparently is a very exclusive car. Very hard to get. I watch videos with him saying like it was a process for him. Like he had to apply to be able to buy the car. Sure that he could afford it. Express why he needed the car and a whole bunch of stuff. So he spent a few $1 million on that car. So clearly this guy has money, and he didn't come from money. There are stories out there about how poor they were, how they grew up, how they struggled, him and his brother, especially in the early years of them trying to break into the kickboxing space, and how they used to have to take food out, out of the garbage, and these guys had it. So clearly, massive respect to them for just achieving a level of success and building on the legacy that their father started. They speak very proudly about their father. You can tell they admire him. The way they describe him was he was a very hard man, but he loved them, and you can tell they respect him. So that's what I know about. No, what I know about that's what I know about their backgrounds, right? No, what I know about or see their views. Let's address it. I wrote down a list of stuff I wanted to talk about regarding Andrew Tate and his rise. And I'm going to personalize it a bit too. So yeah, we're there. Anyway, all right. Is Andrew Tate a misogynist? That's a word that's thrown around a lot. Especially towards the red pill movement. If you don't know what the red pill movement is, please look it up. There are lots of videos out there. Andrew Tate's, Kevin Samuels, people preaching that kind of narrative with regard to relationships. I guess they call it. It's been termed as a red pill. I'm not even sure where that term came from, but that's what it's called. Anyways, is he a misogynist? I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so. I think Andrew Tate has a very traditional view on life, specifically with regard to relationships and what relationships should be if we're trying to create successful families, and children who will build upon what we are creating. I honestly don't think he's a misogynist. I sincerely believe that what he says when he expresses his stance that he will die for his woman, I believe that. It comes out very sincere to me. So I don't think a misogynist would ever die for a woman, or be willing to give them their lives, or his life for a woman. So do I believe that they're misogynists? No. I do believe that we have allowed women to get away with a lot, to the point where they've been so deluded. Their reality is not the same as ours. I strongly, strongly believe that we've allowed women to when I say allow, I don't mean that in a disparaging way, as if we have the rights to not allow them or to prevent them from doing whatever they're doing. I'm just saying we've allowed society to evolve to a point where women, like, this is astonishing to me. Women, there's OnlyFans. Like, just think about the fact that there is an OnlyFans. The fact that there's an OnlyFans tell you that there are women out there, a lot of them, millions probably, who are willing to sell a picture of themselves naked, sell a naked picture of themselves for a fee. I don't care what the fee is. I'm not even going to get into that. But the fact that there is an OnlyFans, and that alone should tell you how far society has gone, has evolved. Things like these were taboo when I was growing up, and this wasn't very long ago. It was taboo. Women did it, don't get me wrong, women did it, but it was taboo. It was something that was frowned upon. It was something that had to be hidden. So if a girl sending a picture, and you ever let that out, like, a father probably would have looked for you and kill you. You could never face people again, but now they're just sharing it for a fee. And sometimes you go on Instagram and you see some good-looking girls. You look on them page, you look a Linktree thing. OnlyFans. My gosh. Girl is a skinny thought. We've allowed, society has become that. I have a daughter, and that concerns me a lot. I'm not care nobody want to feel, if you want to take offense to it. I'm not talking about any specific situation. I'm just saying generally, that's where society has come. And as men, there's a reason why Andrew Tate is as popular, and you could even say as famous as he is now, because he's gone mainstream. I'm seeing him on Piers Morgan, on TV. You see him with the business guy. Oh gosh, the guy from the Middle East. I can't remember his name, but he's gone mainstream. But there's a reason why Andrew Tate is as popular as he is. There's a market for it. The conversations that Andrew Tate and Kevin Samuels, and forget about the delivery. Let's just talk about the content. The conversations that they are having, their stance, were widely discussed throughout barbershops, throughout the world, not just in the States. Because these are the things that men talk about. But we were most of us were afraid. Most men, because these are funny enough, and I'm not just saying this to toot my own horn, but a lot of these stands that them money have, I had these from my young youth. I've been having conversations like this, but just not on that level, of course. From a little youth, because I've always been a different kind of youth. And I never shied away from certain conversations, even if my points weren't as strong, but just to engage in the conversation and learn something. I was never ever want to shy away from having a difficult conversation. And even if I'd lose a debate, but I know I'd learn something, So these are conversations I've been having. But men, most of us were afraid to really confront women with these things. That's why the man just shut up the fame, because they were brave. Like, these are things men talked about all the time, but them just wouldn't say it to a woman, because say if you say that to a woman, you get like the chances of you getting what you want from her, sexual favors or whatever, would have been eradicated. And most of us weren't in positions where we had a lot of options, if you know what I mean. There's a little, you know what I mean? So most men just kind of just shut up about it. But we talked about it amongst ourselves at the football field, at the barber shop, at the bar. Man, talk about them things. That is why they rose to fame or popularity so quickly, because these are things men were talking about, and they just never know. Women, so you guys are acting so surprised, I understand, but the thing has gotten to a point where you go up on a girl page and you see Jeremiah 3:16 in our profile, but then they'll scroll down the picture of them. Oh gosh, you see every single part of our body. And I guess now it's normal. Women have normalized now, and this is how much them push the line. Zane, and don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, because I'm looking. Yes, I'm not going to know that. The phone of the bag of followers, man, don't feel like we're not talented. Why? We're only on the page to see what you're showing us. Thank you. What else? I can't say anything else but thanks. Because I'm a man, men, we look, we're going to be visual, we want to see it. So if you show it, why not? I'm looking. I'm not force you for show me. I'm just there, so I mind my own business and you show me. So Instagram is free. But anyways, we've gotten to the point where women just feel like them can wear a thing like a little piece of string and covered. And once you cover them nipple and the clit, them good. Like that is all. Like once we now show the clit and the nipple them, we have on clothes, man. Crazy. That's where it's gone. And again, I'm not complaining about it. My woman can't dress so still. But if your woman want to show me, your daughter, and you know what I mean daughter, I mean the big woman, your wife, your sister want to show it, there. Instagram is free. I'm looking. And then it got to the point now where men are even reaching out to these women saying, yo, I know you're sure with that for free by Instagram, but I'll pay you more if you show me everything. Open up to. Hence, OnlyFans. So when Andrew Tate have a man like Andrew Tate now coming out and he is giving his opinion on it and what the traditional relationships used to operate. Zane, women don't like to hear that. Women don't like to hear that. I'm gonna do some preaching for Andrew Tate because he does say some outlandish things sometimes. Don't get me wrong. But again, you have to understand that he is a persona as well. He's a character. He has to be entertaining. So sometimes he has to say the outlandish things to kind of get your attention. You know what I mean? That's like, he's very arrogant. We see that, but let's be honest, the guy deserves it. The man, he's a fighter, like literally can beat up most men on earth. Kickboxing champion. You see me? Obviously still in great shape. You know? Over 6 foot, most girls love that. That's what them request, right? They have money. Like, why wouldn't you be arrogant? You know what I mean? Maybe I'm more of a humble guy, but if a man arrogant on a level, like, why would I knock him for that, you know? Like, do you better. You see me? And he seems very humbly arrogant too. I just think he's arrogant in the sense of He's very proud of what he's achieved. You can see in how he stands, how he walks. And they're obviously very educated the way they talk. You can tell they're well read, you know? And one of the things that makes him so popular, I think, is their accents. They have this weird accent that I don't think. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, yeah. They have this weird accent that I don't think. Yo. Okay, good. They have this weird accent that I don't think anyone else in the world has. Because they're Americans, so they have this American based accent. But then because they grew up in England, it's like an American with a British twang. It's very fascinating. And it's almost like anytime you hear that accent, you know it's them. You know, it's so it's odd. So I think that is kind of that draws people in, and it has people asking questions. That's because it's like, who is this guy? Is he American? Is he British? Is he Australian? Is he from New Zealand? You know, he has the accents are just weird. But big up to them. So I don't think they're misogynists, to answer that first question. Even though I went on a rant. I just wanted to ask, you know what, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I'm gonna ask women this. Let me ask women this, and I'm so serious. What is the price of you showing your vagina to a complete stranger online? Like, what is the price? Sometimes I see some girls that do it $16 a month. You go up on them page and the girl them look good in a man. And they look on them link tree. Oh, because them always have once I see them have a link tree, me I go look for see if them have OnlyFans. Of course, I'm not there for OnlyFans, but I'd never pay a girl for see nothing. What you show me on Instagram is fine. Plus, I'm married, so, you know, I'm not good at this, but I'm just saying, men, look, let's be real. I'm not going to sit against and pretend I'm married when I look on girl on Instagram. We all men do it. That's why enough of them have so much following, because if men weren't looking, nobody wouldn't be following you. Let's be real. Zane, if man never had a look, if we were all just looking straight ahead. But look, so if you're sure where I look, Zane, go back to what I was saying. What is the price? When you go up on them OnlyFans, $16 a month. You show the whole of inside, the whole of the one thing you have to treasure, the one thing you have to treasure the most. Yeah, $16 a month. What is the price? Even if it was $1,000 a month, is it worth it? The picture is out there now. Your kids will most likely see this. Your grandkids will see this. What are they going to think about you? What is the price for real? Is that what it's come to? Porn has always existed, but these are regular women in the comfort of their homes deciding to just risk it all for money. And a laziness for the most part, and a laziness because no family don't want to work for real. Like, if you want to work, go work. That's not work. The implications from that, I'm seeing teachers getting fired because of it. No want you to teach my pitney. You're mad. And then want to give this backlash as if it's something bad. I don't want you anywhere close to my pitney much as I teach my pitney. You're mad. Huh? Anyways, give me your thoughts in the comments section. Subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Simba, manners and respect. Peace.